video, Lloyd aka MegaBlitzz. In today's video, we're going to be looking at all the Louisville Day 2 decks. Now, I also had attended the Louisville Regionals, and I ended up playing Iron Thorns, and I did pretty okay, I feel like. There's actually a video that I had just put out a couple days ago, kind of recapping that tournament. So, if you guys want to kind of hear how that went, definitely check out that video as well. But let's start off with our winning kind of deck list here, which was kind of interesting in my opinion, was Raging Bolt. Now, Raging Bolt, for those that don't know, has been kind of the laughing stock almost of the Pokemon trading card game in the standard competitive scene lately. It's been kind of just labeled as this like fake deck. It's not very good. It's too linear. And like a lot of the better players say it's kind of mid. And it, you know, a lot of the, you know, more casual or beginner players tend to gravitate towards Raging Bolt because it's really easy to play. And, you know, if you can just attack going second and take 2 prizes, you win. Because then you just go 2-2-2 and good game. So this list here, though, is a little bit different. We're playing no trekking shoes. We weren't going for any speed. Instead, we opted for Bravery Charm. And basically, Caleb Gumadier, I believe is how you pronounce his last name, but Caleb had said, hey, you know, he didn't actually say this, but when making the deck list was like, I'm going to just put energies in play. I'm going to blow up for 210 damage, 280 damage, and have a 290 basic Pokemon in play, deal with it. And that's kind of what it turned into, right? Playing the energy retrievals, getting the energies back, being able to put them back on, and then we have, you know, the milling element as well with this Slitherwing here, plus the Burning Turbulence is a great attack as well. 120 damage, does 90 damage to itself. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now burned. Helps out a lot in like the Iron Thorns matchup, the Miraidon matchup, anything like that. Control matchup as well kind of helps out in, which is really nice. But once again, like I said, just turning into this just big beat stick deck and just saying, I have a 290 HP thing that does 300 damage, deal with it. And if you can't, then I'm just going to win. So nicely done to Caleb, just kind of taking Raging Bolt to like kind of the next level almost and really just sealing the deal and putting Raging Bolt kind of on the map per se, if it were. It's kind of funny, if you look at the, basically the, just 1% of the decks played, Raging Bolt's at the top. If you kind of look at the homepage, Raging Bolt's at the top and just finally won a regional. And Raging Bolt's been at the top for a little bit now, actually. So I find that kind of ironic that Raging Bolt's the #1 played deck, but never quite got the win. And then beat Michael Davidson, which was a person who aged up from the seniors division just recently, playing Lost Zone Box. Now, I will say, for those that didn't watch the finals match, Lost Box is usually supposed to just cook Raging Bolt. It's really hard for them to deal with, but just unfortunately, Michael Davidson couldn't quite get a lot of things going, and just Caleb kind of blew up. And Caleb is a good player. Don't want to take that any away from him at all. He's won, I think, 4 or 5 regionals now. But with that being said, Lost Box is back potentially. Lost Box did pretty well here at the regionals. You know, sure, you know, playing kind of a weird-ish build with, you know, just like a 1-1 Kramer, like a 1-1-1 attacker line, and then you have like 4 switch cards. So kind of like a turbo Lost Boxy variant. You're trying to like attack with Blood Moon Ursaluna earlier than normal to kind of combat this big beat stick format that we're in with Palkias and like the combo decks and things like that. So pretty cool to see Lost Box come back. We got a Palkia Dusknoir deck. I'm not a big fan of Palkia Dusknoir. I've been, I'm a believer, and I think it is a good deck. It's just never been a deck that I've really found very fun. I don't like Dusknoir. I'm on the ban Dusknoir petition. There was a thing going around Louisville. I didn't get to sign it, but I wish I could. It was like the ban Dusknoir petition, and I'm definitely in my heart on that petition. I think Dusknoir is a absolutely broken card. It completely just puts the format in this really, really bad spot. And now it's just like we're speeding up the game. This game was already super fast, and now we're speeding it up even more so. And it doesn't feel very good, unfortunately. But Palkia Dusknoir making its way into the top cut here. I don't know. I don't really know too much about the deck. I will say, though, the one copy of Trekking Shoes feels kind of just irrelevant. I feel like at that point, just play like 2 Buddy Buddy Poffin, or just play like, I don't know, a second counter catcher. Maybe play a boss in the deck would also be even better. Or like a second switch could be good. I don't know. The one copy of Trekking Shoes just feels kind of ridiculous to me. But I feel like you either go with like 3 or 4. You don't play 1 Trekking Shoes, because like whatever, I gotta ear it and go Trekking Shoes, draw, discard. Hopefully it's something better. Doesn't feel very good. We got Sebastian with Charizard here. Now I believe Sebastian's also another person who just aged up from the seniors division. So a lot of new players coming in that are very good, but I just want to take a moment. Get out of here, Driver Booster. I just want to take a moment real quick to just acknowledge something that Charizard decks are doing, and they're not getting punished for it, and it's kind of crazy. We are playing 5 Fire Energy in this deck. Now, sure, we're playing 1 less Charizard, but we're literally playing 5 energies, and the reason we can get away with that is because we're able to go Dusknoir twice, take 2 prize cards, they take 2 prize cards, Burning Darkness for like, what, 240 damage or 250 damage or whatever. Like, it's insane. The fact that you can do that and then just go, okay, Unfair Stand, put them to 2, like, it's kind of crazy, because then you can just go, okay, Curse Blast, Curse Blast. Actually, you don't have to do it twice. You can just go Curse Blast, pitch something, hit something for 13 damage counters, go Rare Candy Zard, burn it, like put 2 energies onto it, boss up their Pheasantipity so they can't draw cards, Unfair Stamp, punch, they have no draw engine, on top of you just put them in 2 cards. Like, Charizard is in a really good spot, but it's just like there's such a combat-centric, or such a combo-centric deck right now that I just feel like has kind of been on the downtrend. But we got Raging Bolt here. Once again, another deck that I've kind of down in the dumps a little bit. A lot of people haven't been playing it. Still playing the Kyurem in there to be able to kind of keep Lost Box in check a little bit. Nothing too crazy, just not playing the Goodra. Other than that, this Regidrogo deck's kind of the same thing we've been seeing. Got the 1/1 Hoot Hoot Noctowl line. I think Hoot Hoot Noctowl is fine in Regidrogo. There's a lot of times I feel like it's just kind of clunky, and you can't really get there. Because you can only do it if there's a Terra Pokemon in play, so you have to have Ogerpon in play. If you don't have Ogerpon, then you can't like Noctowl, and if they just like boss up your only Ogerpon, take a KO, you just can't Noctowl the next turn. It feels really bad. And I actually had seen that happen to the person next to me at Louisville Regionals. Their opponent went boss up Ogerpon, take a KO, and they couldn't evolve their Noctowl, and they just scooped 1 second game. And it kind of counts for something. We got Lugia Archeops here. Nothing too crazy with this list. Just this is Kieran Farah's list. The only thing I will say is you could have played maybe Wellspring Ogerpon, but Dragapult was kind of on the downtrend. Wasn't too worried about it. You're just trying to amp really quickly, evolve Mincino into Cinccino so you can smack for big. You got the Squawk in there to discard stuff. Like, just kind of your go-to Lugia list. If you want to play Lugia, just clock that in right there. That is what you want to be playing. And then we got Terapagos Dusknoir. We got a very diverse top 8, I will say. The only overlap we have is a Lugia V-Star deck. But other than that, every deck is different, which is really cool. I like that. We haven't seen that in a very long time, because there was a Twitter post I had seen in 2022 for the Melbourne Regionals where it was just all Palkia V-Star. It was either already playing the Turbo variant or the Shady Dealings variant. So, pretty cool to see a bunch of different decks here. The only thing we got going on with this deck that I really want to point out is we got the Vitality Band in here. Attacks do 10 more damage to your opponent's active Pokemon, and I believe the reason for that is because you want to be able to hit a certain amount of numbers with your Pokemon. So you're going to be able to go, it's 30 times each of the Pokemon on your bench, and you can have 8 on your bench. So 3 times 8, 240 minus 20 is, with a DTE, going to be 220, and then plus 10 puts you at 230 to be able to KO things like Iron Hands, things like other Terapagos, and just other miscellaneous Pokemon like that in the format, which can be pretty important. Oh, even be able to take KOs on just like Palkia Vs and stuff like that. You're already hitting KO, but unless my math's kind of incorrect, but I'm pretty sure we're correct. So pretty good there. Got another Lugia deck here. Nothing too crazy. Playing the Wellspring Ogerpon, playing the Raikou, but no lightning energy. So kind of playing Ruhl's list a little bit, but not with that Earthen Vessel and the lightning energy. Instead, going for 2 Great Ball and a Vitality Band in the deck. Vitality Band really there to be able to just kind of help out, take some KOs on some things. Can be pretty important with your Lugias being able to hit 210. Because you can go double turbo, 2 energies, plus Vitality Band. You can still hit for 210s on Ogerpons and things like that. You can also go 4 energies plus Vitality Band, hit for 230 on Iron Hands and Terapagos and stuff, which is pretty cool. Plus 1 more, you can go 2 double turbos plus Vitality Band, still take KO on Rotom, which has 190. So got a lot of cool things with the Vitality Band in the Lugia list, and I'm definitely here for that. But let's kind of just, after getting through that top 8, let's take a look at the rest of these. Got another Raging Bull here. We got our first stall deck. Nothing too crazy. Just kind of playing 3 Mimikyu. Got the Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon. Playing 2 Mist Energy. I think the reason playing the Mist Energy here so you can use Electromagnetic Radar with that Regieleki to be able to do that. And just retreat everything if you need to. All these Pokemon have 1 retreat except for that Regieleki and for that Snorlax, but you're only going to be using Snorlax if you want to block something, or that Regieleki for that Radar, or Sonar. I think it's Electromagnetic Sonar, but either way, you're going to be using that, and then you're going to be able to penny pick it up anyway. You're only going to be using these if you know you can get out of them, or you're willing to let them get knocked out. Then we got our Charizard deck, another Lugia, got another Lost Box down here. Got our first Pidgeot Control deck. We got the Bird Control here. 3 Mimis. We got the 2-2 Pidgeot line. We got the 2 Rotom Chi-Yu for that Million Jelly Singe. Got that Ace Stellifier Genesect as well. Got Tipping Trap going on. Got the Sandshrew as well. We got the Luxray V. Got the Blue Moon Ursaluna. So nothing too crazy going on with this list. I think the only big thing that we got going on is we're playing like Artisan in the list, so we can kind of get our Mimikyus out, or our Mawile, or Pidgeys, or anything we need like that. Going down the list here, nothing more too crazy. Another Lost Box. Like I said, Lost Box kind of on the rise again, but a lot of these lists are very similar. You got the Zapdos in here. I actually had played against an opponent. I believe it was round 5 or 6. Who was playing Lost Box, and they had the Zapdos in their deck, and I was like, what is happening? So, dude was definitely onto something with his Lost Box deck, because he was literally playing a very similar list to this. Like, very similar, playing Switch cards and Switches, and, like, the Night Stretcher, the Roxanne, the Zapdos, and, like, the Iron Hands, and, like, so, was very much onto something, but just couldn't get it rolling. I was able to, like, you know, attack Lost City, his Sableye, Lost City, his Cramorant, 2-shot the Iron Hands, Lost City that. So, like, just couldn't quite get anything going, unfortunately, for my opponent. But it's pretty cool to see that it was a deck that was kind of climbing up the ranks here. Another Dragapult deck. One of our first ones to take a look at. We got Dragapult Dusknoir. Nothing too crazy going on with this one, I don't think. Playing the Sparkling Crystal, no Pidgey line. Playing the Tatsugiri. So, playing Ryuki Okada build here. Got Temple of Sinnoh as well. Probably just shut off like things like Lugia, Mist Energy, stuff like that. Which definitely makes sense because Mist Energy just ruins your life. You can't really do much into that. Got a bunch of Charizards here. Take a look at another Charizard list. Playing a 3-1-2 line. Yep, playing the Dusknoir line. Got the Defiance Band in here. Got the Briar. Unfair Stamp. So Charizard's still kind of around, still kicking. Got another Pidgeot Control deck here. We got a first Gardevoir deck by Henry Chow. Playing that Secret Box Turbo kind of list with the Moonlight Hill and a bunch of other stuff going on. Very similar to the list we had seen win. I don't remember what regional it was, but playing that Secret Box in there, which can be pretty helpful. I think Secret Box is really good. We got Banette Gardevoir by Piper Lapine. Playing that Item Lock Banette Gardevoir deck. I like this deck. I really do want to try this deck out. I haven't given it a chance yet. I've played Banette before, and I've played Gardevoir before, just in different decks. I've played the Lost Tina deck that was playing the Banette, and then I've played, like, you know, Turbo Gardevoir, just like, you know, I've played Shining Arcana Gardevoir a little bit. But I want to combine them. I think this deck looks really fun, and I really want to give it a shot. So, pretty cool seeing Benet Gardevoir still kind of kicking around. I got another Terapagos Dusknoir, Palkia Dusknoir. A lot of these lists are the same when it comes to the Palkia Dusknoir and Terapagos Dusknoir list and the Raging Bolt lists. It's either are you playing Trekking Shoes or are you not playing Trekking Shoes. With the Raging Bolt, playing Shandy Socks, or are you playing the Slitherwing kind of pick. Same with Regidrogo, nothing too crazy with these. Got a Snorlax Pidgeot list here, though. Kind of playing both, which I think is pretty cool. Got the Terapagos, the Bouffalont going on. So we got a pretty cool list going on here. Who was on this? Ethan Yee. Oh, actually, wait, there's 2 people? Oh, no, okay, sorry, just 1. Okay. But pretty cool. Got the Terapagos, got the Mimis, got the Wellspring Ogrepon, got the Luxray, got the Fanrotom to get the Bouffalonts and the Pidgeys, which is pretty cool. Oh, wait, you can't get Bouffalont with the Fanrotom, but you can get your Pidgeys, which is pretty cool. And then, of course, like I said, if you have another normal Pokemon, one other Bouffalont in play, the Curly Wall ability. So, kind of helping with your Snorlaxes to not get KO'd as fast as my guess, which I think is pretty cool. Going forward, that you can kind of just, like, make your Snorlax bigger on top of the Bravery Charm or the Hero's Cape, which is pretty cool. So, definitely want to try this list out as well. In our stall list, we got Goldango here by Matthew. I'm not even going to try that. But, got our first Goldango list. Playing the Hyper Aroma in here so we can evolve our Gimmighouls into Goldangos really quickly. Find, even just... I don't think you can find Palkia V-Star because it's not technically a Stage 1 or a Stage 2. It's just a V-Star and a V. So you can't really find... You can't find Palkia V-Star off of Hyper Aroma, but you can find 3 Goldango EX, which is pretty good. And then be able to evolve, and then coin bonus, draw 2, coin bonus, draw 1, coin bonus, draw 1, and just get the drawn cards. So, I like Goldango. I'm a pretty big Goldango believer. I like Goldango. It's a cool deck. I just never really played it. Just kind of never really been a deck that I wanted to play. Now, this deck I was pumped to see make day 2. We got Lost Zone Giratina. And for those that don't know, I love Lost Tina. Last season before Path to Peak rotated, I earned like 300 championship points strictly off just playing Lost Tina. I love Lost Tina. It's a deck that I knew in and out. I knew all my matchups. I knew everything I was doing almost all the time. And I was constantly just winning cups and challenges and things like that. Just never got to go to a regional before it rotated, unfortunately, which felt kind of bad. But that's neither here nor there. Glad to see Lost Tina still kind of around. Got the Temple of Sinnoh to deal with Lugia, so we can still start Requiem and still Lost Impact and stuff. Definitely enjoy Lost Tina. I actually made a video about Lost Tina being back. I don't think Lost Tina is dead by any means. I don't think it's a great deck right now, but I think it's definitely like B tier, C tier. If you know how to play Lost Tina and you know what you're doing, you can do well with it. A lot of people aren't, like Lugia's only playing 1 V-Guard energy right now. You Temple of Sinnoh that, Lost Impact, and then they go, okay, remove your thing, and they don't have Mist. You just go K-Requiem it, and they can't put Mists on everything. So, you have some pretty cool things you can do. You can KO Regidrogos, you KO Palkias, and now that we're in a format that's really fast and beat stick-like, we're in a position where Lost Tina actually can thrive again because you can kind of combat their turbo-ness with the fact that you just hit really hard. You're a big body that hits for 280, that has an instant knockout on something, and sometimes that just wins you games, which can be really helpful. And you have the Radiant Greninja, and no one's playing Manaphy right now. And anyway, I just think Lost Box is a great deck right now. Lost Tina specifically, I think is really good. Just people aren't respecting just the V-Stars anymore, which is kind of sad, unless you're playing Regidrogo. So just... you got that going for you. On a Lugia deck and on a Lost Box, we got our first Iron Thorns deck, which I'm all here for. I'm a big Iron Thorns person lately. I've been playing tons of Iron Thorns. I played Iron Thorns to Louisville. I've been playing it in tons of online tournaments. I took 11 out of 86th with it just the other night on an online tournament. I like Iron Thorns. I think it's a fun deck. It's goofy and it's really cool. The one thing I will say about this list, though, is the person decided to cut... this is almost my exact 60. Just swap the 3 Pokemon catchers with 3 canceling clones, and then we're playing the exact same list. Pokemon catchers I feel like was a lot better going into Louisville. Just dodge the Snorlax and Pidgeot control matchup. But if you hit the stall and Pidgeot control matchup and they flip over Mimikyu, you just lose, unfortunately. So I played the canceling clones on my list because I wasn't willing to take the gamble on dodging stall and Pidgeot control because I knew a lot of people were going to be taking stall to this tournament because it is a good play for the tournament, or was for Louisville. But this person just saying, I'm going to dodge those matchups and just have a better time into like Raging Bolt and Dragapult. So worked out for them. So nicely done to Maxwell Johnson. Like I said, I'm a huge Iron Thorns believer. I love Iron Thorns. I've been playing in tons of online tournaments. Got 2 more stalled decks here. Tropicos, a couple more Thorns in our Lost Box, Pidgeot Control. This one playing the Diancie for the Reflection to be able to hit for more damage with the, if they have special energy attached, playing the Psychic Energy, so you can also Ghost Eye if you need to with that Mimikyu. So pretty cool. Got the Snorlax block as well in there, so a little spice going on. I've actually played against Sanjay before in a cup. Completely cooked me with Mew VMAX, but super nice dude. So got our Gardevoir deck, another Raging Bolt, got our Gardevoir. Let's take a peek at this Gardevoir on the secret box. Actually, is this Gardevoir also on the secret box? No, this one's on Unfair Stamp. Interesting. Oops. On Unfair Stamp for that one, though. Another Thorns. We got the Ogerpon Mimikyu deck. Cornerstone Master Ogerpon with Mimikyu. Basically, just another control deck. It's kind of cool. I think it's just the only one that made day 2. But kind of like the Cornerstone Master Noivern deck, just with Mimikyus instead. Got one Roaring Moon making it in. We got the Ruhl list. He ran back to the exact same 60 he's been playing. But still did pretty well. Finished, what, 101st out of whatever people. So that's pretty cool. Got the Roaring Moon with the Pecharunt. So that's pretty cool. Got Liam Pavone showing up with that Roaring Moon deck. Got another Ogerpon Mimikyu deck. Oh, that's the same one, sorry. Got the Gouging Fire deck showing up as well. This looks like the exact same list or very similar list that we had seen with a different tournament. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was Joinville where someone like made top 8 with it or whatever. Got Roaring Moon. We got Miraidon in here as well. Nothing too crazy going on. They can't wait to get this Mewtwo out of the deck. I'll basically tell you that. But the Miraidon deck is pretty much the just 60 everyone's been playing. Got our Iron Thorns down here, another Dragapult. A couple more Miraidons. Got more Stalls. Lost Sables are down here. Very similar to like the Turbo Lost Box deck. This one playing the Hostile though, which says look at the top 8 cards of your deck, put 3 of them in your hand, then shuffle the others back. Your deck can only use if the Pokemon was knocked out during the last turn, which in Lost Sables art will happen quite often. So pretty cool seeing that card get played. We got the Ogerpon Noivern deck, got another Thorns, got a couple more Pidgeot Control, Raging Bolt, Arc Armor Rouge coming in hot. Trying to move some energies around on that Delphox V Magical Fire. Hit some things for 120. We're also able to amp in this deck, which is pretty cool because we have the Luminous Energy. And you can just go fire off as often as you'd like. Move a fire energy to one of your Pokemon. So you can go move 3 fire to your Iron Hands, attach Luminous Energy, amp for 120, which is pretty cool. You can do the same thing with Gouging Fire in this deck. I think Arc Armor Rouge is a pretty cool deck. Pretty underrated right now, I think. We got Ancient Box as well. Playing the Pecharunt in here, but kind of like, it's like Ancient Box, but plus, right? It's like Roaring Moon, but we're playing more basics and more baby Pokemon. Playing the Secret Box so we can discard some things. We got the Binding Mochi, so kind of cooking a little bit with that Ancient Box deck. Got another Thorns, a couple more Lugias, more Raging Bolts. Terapagos was everywhere. Another Goldango, another Goldango, another Goldango. We got Palkia Noctowl making it, not Palkia Dusknoir. Kind of going for just the big bench, punch hard with Palkia, or, you know, Radiant Greninja snipe early, which is pretty cool. So I'm definitely here for that. I think that's it. Nothing too crazy other than past that going on, I don't think. So let's go up here and take a look at the statistics. We got 29 Raging Bolts making up 15% of the day 2 meta. We got 23 Terapagos, about 12%. We got 20 Regidrogos at about 10%. 18 Lugia at about 9%. 18 Charizard at about 9%. 17 Stall at about 9%. 15 Palkia decks. Now I believe this is also counting both Palkia variants. Yep. At about 8%, we got 11 Iron Thorns making it as well, about 6%. 7 Lost Zone Box at about 4. 7 Dragapult at about 4. 5 Pidgeot Control at about 3. 4 Gardevoir at about 2. 4 Banette Gardevoir at 2. 4 Goldango at 2. 3 Miraidon at about 2. 3 Roaring Moon at 2. 2 Cornerstone Mask Ogerpon, Mimikyu, whatever decks at about 1. 1 Lost 17 at about 0.5, 1 Gouging Fire at 0.5, 1 Arceus Armor Rouge at 0.5, and 1 Ancient Box at 0.5. And then we got the stream graphics here. This was the day 1 analysis. A lot of Raging Bolts, 271 people, 203 on Terapagos, 183 on Dragapult, and then a bunch of Lugia, Regidrago, and Arceus after that. But kind of staying to switching that afterwards, you have Raging Bolt still staying at the top. Everything kind of stayed the same. You just had what? Dragapult fell off the meters entirely after to day 2. Regidrago went to 3rd. Lugia stayed at 4th. Charizard appeared on the meters at 5th. And then Palkia Dusknoir stayed in the same spot. So, pretty cool stuff going on there. I'm really excited for the next couple events we got going on. And once again, huge shout out to Caleb. Definitely got a pretty decked out Limitless page. Tons of first place. Got a first place at a special event. Got a first place at a couple other places. Philadelphia Regional, Denver, Daytona Beach. Got a first, got a third, got a second, 2 seconds actually last year. So Caleb, not shy to taking home the gold or just taking home some big wins in the Pokemon TCG. So if you guys are enjoying the content I've been making stuff for the channel, don't forget to leave a like, smash that subscribe button. I would appreciate it. And I'll see you all in the next one. Peace!